Happy Sunday once again. This is Skvader with week 50 of Midori mini tours. The theme this week is cartoons of the 2000s, which I realize having 80s cartoons, 90s cartoons, and then 2000s cartoons is kind of crazy. It's like the radio 80s, 90s, and now thing, but I only have a few weeks left, so I just put them all together, and we'll get started on that. The first one is the show that I finished out recently that inspired me to do this week, and that also our background music comes from, Hilda, based on the graphic novel series. It's got 3 seasons and a movie that takes place between seasons 2 and 3, and I just really recommend it. It's mostly calm and gentle, sometimes gets a little wild, but has a really nice sense of adventure and wonder to it, and all of the characters are absolutely delightful. And that's Hilda, 2018. Next entry we have here is Gravity Falls, premiering in 2012. Alex Hirsch's big Disney mystery show ran for 3 seasons. So I just had our 2 main characters, Dipper, Mabel, and then Bill Cipher behind them. Had a really good time working out the flow of this one and balancing all the characters together. And I haven't drawn them in a while, so it was interesting to revisit them. Next up, premiering in 2019, Infinity Train. So I have Tulip, Atticus, 1-1, and the Steward from the first season, Perennial Child, or the first book as it's called. Really fun style to try to emulate, the mix of stylization and more realistic elements. And of course, my only complaint about this show is that the noble, loyal dog and insidious, self-serving cat dynamic is played out, y'all. But Atticus and the cat are such great characters that I'm willing to forgive them. Next up, Danny Phantom from 2004. Showing off how much I love drawing mid-transformation stuff here. This was another interesting style to try to emulate, just because it's so angular with very few curves, and my art tends to be very curvy and less angular than that, but it was a lot of fun to try emulating that. I think he still ended up a little too round in places, but still a lot of fun. Next, from 2003, the oldest cartoon in this theme week, My Life as a Teenage Robot. Not surprising that I love this one, considering how much I like Astro Boy and Mega Man. And the kind of rubber hose, pie-eyed look of it is a lot of fun too. And of course, My Life as a Teenage Robot is something that proved to Nickelodeon that action cartoons were viable for their network. It's really why we were able to have Danny Phantom and later El Tigre, so a lot of props there. And then, speaking of El Tigre, here he is. This was such a fun show. I really like the supervillain granddad, superhero dad, and then the concept of the Riveras just alternating between generations as seen in the Day of the Dead episode. And Manny shares a voice actor with Mama Imelda from Coco, and I think that is an absolutely hilarious same voice actor pair. But this one was a lot of fun, and El Tigre has really affected my day-to-day speech. This, I swear, is a especially common one I use, especially when texting, and okay, be good is the obvious reply to that. And finally, the youngest cartoon on this list, The Owl House, premiering in 2020. El Tigre was 2007. Just a really fun fantasy series. How enthused Luz is in the face of all the weird stuff going on, and the ingenious ways she finds to find her own path to using magic. Great cast of characters, as in all of these. And just a really fun overall story that I really, really enjoyed. So that is it for this week. Thursday the 21st is the first day of winter, officially speaking. So winter is our next theme here, and I will see you next week for that one. Have a good week.